Good evening, everyone, and my wife Grace and I welcome you. We're very happy you're here, and we thank you very much for coming. And now for a few words about the bride and groom. And let's start at the beginning, when my firstborn was first born. She was a beautiful baby. She was an angry baby. Julianne cried constantly for weeks. She was pretty much crying like all the time for those first few weeks. I was happy to go to work. For Grace, my wife Grace, there was no escaping. And one day I came home, and Grace was sitting on the couch holding Julianne, and they were both crying. And Grace was like, and this is true, Grace was like, I don't know what to do. She won't stop crying. It was unbelievable. Eventually, the constant crying subsided. But then Julianne introduced us to something new and more interesting. We called it the three-phase phenomenon. When Julianne would get ticked off, we noticed that there was a cycle. There'd be three phases in this, the way this went. Phase one, her face would turn red. Phase two, her mouth would open wide, like she's gonna cry, but nothing's coming out yet. And no breathing or anything. The mouth would just be open. Phase three, she explodes. With a loud, shrieking, screaming cry, like 9 million decibels. We began to notice after a while, after a few of these episodes, that the longer phase two lasted, the bigger the explosion would be. So anytime that mouth was open, a long time, we knew it was going to be, we started to know that it would be a huge explosion. The biggest one I can remember, we were in a restaurant. Yeah. Quiet restaurants, a lot of people around, and then it happened. I don't remember what it was that ticked her off, but something happened. And then so she went into phase one. The face got red. And then phase two, the mouth was open. No sound yet. Nothing coming out, no breathing. And then this one was a long one. And we were getting really scared. It's like, what are we going to do? And a long time went by. We knew it was going to be a big one. So I'm thinking, like, this is like a ticking time bomb. I mean, we got to get her out of here. There's people around. I mean, we don't want anybody to get hurt. And no, we did not get her out in time. There were casualties. Now, Julianne was always strong-minded, in a good way, really. But she was a strong-minded baby, and then all through life, she was strong-minded, in a good way. She was crazy about her cousin Jimmy. She was crazy about him. By the way, he was one of the ushers in the wedding, and he's, there he is, yeah. And he's my godson, by the way. He's my brother Jimmy's son, okay? She was always crazy about him when she was a little kid. She still is, I'm sure, right? Now, one day, when they were playing together, he was 5, she was about 2 years old, something like that. And my brother came along, my brother Jimmy, and he loved Julianne. He still loves Julianne. He picks her up, and he's hugging her. And Julianne just wants to get away. So she's struggling to break away. And she says, I want another Jimmy. True. You know, when Julianne started talking, it was interesting the way she started talking. It kind of happened all at once. All of a sudden, there was nothing. Like she had been quiet. She wasn't mouthing a few words here and there and trying to put words together. She was just quiet, kind of absorbing, taking everything in. And then one day, this is true, this is all true, we're sitting at the kitchen table, okay? And all of a sudden, she just blurts out, you know, the Clinton administration has made significant trade agreements. What? So I'm gonna wrap up, Julianne. Julianne, you've amazed me so much with all you've accomplished. Really. If you amaze me anymore, I'm gonna explode. Phenomenon. Mom and I are so proud of you for your accomplishments and your fortitude. But most of all, we're proud of you for the person you are. And by the way, you're a beautiful bride. Beautiful. I'm sure everybody agrees with that. Now, Anthony. You know, in honor of her father, Julianne decided the guy she would marry would have to have the same name as me. And people that call me Tony are like, what's he talking about? All right. So, Julianne took Anthony, she brought him over to my house for a surprise visit one day, okay? And again, this is all true. Just minutes after she introduced him to me, he was helping me take out the trash. And, you know, I had been a homeowner at that time for over 30 years. You know how many times anybody ever helped me, ever even offered to take out the trash? Zero. Now, 1 year later, Anthony came to me and he said, I want to propose to Julianne. And he said, I'm coming to you to ask you for your approval. So I'm thinking, wow, this is a big deal. My daughter, he's asking me if it's okay to marry his daughter. It's okay for me to marry my daughter. Just one glass of wine. So I'm thinking, okay, let me see. What am I going to say? What's my answer going to be? And I'm thinking, well, he helped me take out the trash. So I said, Anthony, yes, absolutely. Welcome to the family. No, seriously, Anthony is, his kindness is absolutely genuine. Let me go to my next card here. I couldn't be happier. Honestly, I couldn't be happier to have him for a son-in-law. He's a great kid. He has a really good work ethic too. He's just a great guy. Julianne and Anthony, I'm going to give you a little advice from an old married guy. You're going to have your ups and downs in life, okay? Hold on to your faith in God, right? And always remember. And always remember how you feel about each other right now when you have those ups and downs. Always remember how you feel right now about each other, okay? Now, let's raise our glasses to Julianne and Anthony. Yes, the champagne. Champagne. Okay. All right. Now, Julianne and Anthony, may your lives together be blessed with perpetual health and happiness.
Salute.
How about a big round of applause once again for the father of the bride?